So this nightmare that we have been warning you of for the past couple years, well, it's starting to unfold. And now what we are seeing is this is just the beginning of something that could go far worse. Now, today I want to break down what's happening within the economy, why some businesses are struggling, why the upper class is struggling, the middle class, the lower class, everybody is hurting. I want to show you some numbers. I want to actually play a clip for you of what somebody is saying. An expert is saying that this right now may be the start of a recession, but we're probably not going to hear that for several months. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So what in the world is happening? Well, what is going on right now and what just happened today is we got a new jobs report. We now know what our new unemployment numbers are. We know how many jobs we added for last month. We know that the Federal Reserve is still contemplating whether or not they're going to just actually move forward with a cut for interest rates and how much that cut is going to be. But the big news is we are moving closer and closer to a recession. Just look at this though, because I'm going to play you this clip. And the reason why I'm playing you this clip is because you need to see exactly what is going to happen. I firmly believe what this person is saying is going to happen. Just look at this.
In terms of the broader economy, though, I think there's a very strong likelihood we're eventually going to backdate a recession to right around this time.
He says we are going to backdate a recession to right about this time. We see this all the time. That, it looks like a recession, but we won't know for a couple more months. We won't know till next quarter, right? We've seen this time and time again. And even though the Biden administration has went up and changed the definition of a recession, it still does not matter. A recession is a recession. We are going to see layoffs. We're going to see businesses close. We're going to see bankruptcies, right? We're going to see people hurting. Just look at this. This is something I've talked about before. LL Flooring Company says hardware store once known as Lumber Liquidators to close all 400 stores in bankruptcy proceeding. Says the hardware company filed for bankruptcy last month but has failed to find a buyer. They were pretty much in bankruptcy protection. They were trying to find a buyer that would give them what they needed, right? And then the stores would stay open. Nobody wanted to buy them. And of course, why would somebody want to buy LL Flooring Company? Why would they want to buy them when they are selling flooring, a specialty product? Home Depot and Lowe's and Ace Hardware are all struggling to sell DIY items, inventory, because people don't have the money to go and fix up their home. Not at this time. They're lucky to just have a home, so no need to fix it up. But I want to show you this. Now I want to read you a comment. It says lower income consumers are very stretched. This is according to Goldman Sachs. Now, I want to read you what they're actually saying. Okay? It says right here, the words we actually heard were steady, choiceful, value seeking. That's the consumer. Okay? It was choiceful, or you heard steady, choiceful, and value seeking. We are seeking value wherever we can get it. Anywhere we can get it. We are trying to be very mindful as to what we buy. We're being very conservative with how much money we spend and where we decide to spend it. That's what we're doing. Now, look at this right here. It says 70% of U.S. consumers feel stressed about personal finances. Of course, 70% of U.S. consumers feel stressed about personal finances because we can't pay our rent, struggling on a mortgage, can't pay our medical bills, can't put food on the table, can't even buy the same food that we normally did back in 2019, even 2020. The bread that we once purchased for 99 cents is now $2.39. The milk that we purchased, the eggs, right, meat, is just through the roof. But I want to read you this, okay? And what I'm going to read you is going to open up your eyes to why we are seeing more and more of these problems. Because everyone tells me, no, the consumer isn't stressed. The consumer isn't struggling. Businesses, yeah, they're playing this game that they're not profitable, they're struggling, they're going to file for bankruptcy, whatever. Listen to this comment that I received. This person says, my mother-in-law recently got laid off from her job of more than 30 years. This was her very first job she ever had and the only job she ever held. The owner told her last week that the company has been stretched for the past year. He did everything in his power to hold off layoffs until now, but even him doesn't have the money to save the company either. Now, why is this the case? Well, you think about it. This is what we're seeing. Big businesses are struggling. As a result, the business owners are struggling. Being that the businesses are struggling, so are the employees. So, if the business struggles, it doesn't just affect the employees, okay, the potentially lower income households. It also affects the owner, the business owner, the CEO, the management, the upper management, right? It affects them as well. And this is why I wanted to read this comment to you, because this is just the beginning. When you see the lower income households are struggling, guess what? The businesses that they go and do business with, whether it's a service business, they buy products, let's say it's a Walmart or a Target or just Sam's groceries down the street, it doesn't matter. That business will then struggle if the consumer doesn't have money. When the consumer doesn't have money, the business struggles. When the business struggles, the business owner doesn't get paid. And then everything that business owner owns, could be land, it could be rental properties, could be other businesses. Every single one is going to feel the effects. So, according to experts, they say this nightmare is just beginning. This is the start, but you're not going to hear about that. It only depends on who you're listening to. Now, if you're listening to, Kamala Harris, listening to Joe Biden, chances are you're not going to hear them say that, yeah, we're in a recession. The economy's struggling. No, they're not going to say that because they're the ones in charge right now. They don't want you to know that Democrats didn't get us in the right position right before the upcoming election. Again, we're just months away. Okay? It's September 6th. We got October, November. We got 2 months. 2 months. A little less than 2 months until the upcoming election. Guess what? This is going to be a monumental election. Whatever happens, the direction of the United States is going to change. Whether it's a positive change or a negative change, we don't know. We're going to find out soon enough. All I can tell you right now is businesses are struggling. The employees are struggling. The business owners are struggling. People are running out of money. And it's just a matter of time before it all comes crashing down. So, I was getting more information on this. I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.